Hi, I'm Silke. Welcome to my video about how to react to students' outbursts in the classroom. When a student yells at a teacher, it can feel like the classroom has been turned upside down, causing a wave of disruption that affects not just you as the teacher and the student involved, but also the entire class. This sudden outburst can create a tense and unsettling atmosphere, making it very difficult to both students and you, as the teacher, to regain focus and continue with the lesson. It's a moment that demands immediate attention and a very thoughtful, well considered response. The way you react in this critical situation can set the tone for the rest of the classroom, and it can either escalate or de escalate the situation, influencing the classroom environment. Imagine this scene. A student stands up, voice raised, frustration evident on their face, while classmates look on, unsure of how to react. Some may be shocked, others may feel uneasy or even scared. The classroom, which is usually a place of learning and interaction, suddenly feels unpredictable and chaotic. It's a high stakes moment that can be challenging, very challenging for even the most experienced educator. The initial reaction of you as the teacher is crucial and can have lasting impacts on student behavior, on classroom dynamics, and on the overall learning atmosphere. This reaction can either diffuse the tension or it can add fuel to the fire, making the difference between a teachable moment and a classroom in disarray. In this discussion here, we'll explore 3 different solutions that teachers can employ to handle such challenging moments effectively, ensuring that they maintain control of the classroom while addressing the underlying issues that may have caused the outburst. These solutions involve staying calm and composed, then acknowledging the student's feelings, and setting clear boundaries and consequences, of course. Each approach plays a vital role in managing the situation, restoring order, and also in fostering a supportive learning environment. Firstly, the initial reaction when a student yells at you is, of course, crucial. It's natural to feel a rush of emotions like anger or embarrassment or frustration. These emotions are valid because being yelled at can feel like a personal attack, right? When someone yells at you, it can trigger a fight or flight response, making it very challenging to maintain composure and control. The immediate surge of adrenaline might make you want to respond angrily or defensively. However, it's important to stay calm and composed in such situations. By maintaining your cool, you set an example for the rest of the class and you signal that you are in control of the situation. This calm demeanor can have a ripple effect, encouraging other students to remain calm as well. They look to you as a role model for how to handle stress and conflict. One effective approach to achieving this calmness is to take a few deep breaths and give yourself a moment to gather your thoughts before responding. This brief pause can prevent you from reacting impulsively, which might escalate the situation. For example, counting to 10 silently can give you the space to manage your emotions effectively. This technique allows your initial emotional response to subside, enabling you to think more clearly and respond more thoughtfully. When you do respond, use a calm and steady voice. This can help to de escalate the situation and prevent it from spiraling further. A neutral tone can have a calming effect on the student and the rest of the class. It shows that you are not rattled by the outburst and that you are capable of handling the situation with maturity. Imagine a scenario where a student yells, and instead of matching their volume or tone, you speak softly and firmly. This contrast can be disarming and may prompt the student to lower their voice in response. For example, if a student shouts, "This is so unfair," you might respond with, "I understand that you are upset. Let's talk about this calmly." By not mirroring the student's agitation, you create a space for calm dialogue. This approach demonstrates control and authority without aggression, setting a positive tone for conflict resolution. Additionally, this method of staying calm and composed helps maintain the overall classroom environment. When other students see that you are not easily provoked, it reinforces the notion that respect and calm communication are the norms here. It also helps to prevent the situation from escalating, which can be disruptive and create an uncomfortable learning environment for everyone. By handling the outburst with grace, you reinforce the values of respect and self-control, which are essential for a positive and productive classroom environment and atmosphere. So in conclusion, the initial reaction when a student yells at you is crucial. Staying calm and composed, taking a brief pause to gather your thoughts, and responding in a calm and steady voice can help de-escalate the situation. This approach sets a positive example for the rest of the class, and it helps maintain a respectful and calm classroom environment. All right, next, it is important to acknowledge the student's feelings. This might seem counterintuitive, especially if the student's yelling feels disrespectful, but it is a powerful way to diffuse the situation. When a student is yelling, they are likely experiencing strong emotions and may feel that their concerns are not being taken seriously. By acknowledging their feelings, you show that you are listening and that you care about their emotions. You might say something like, "I can see that you are really upset." This simple statement demonstrates that you recognize the emotional state. It doesn't mean you are condoning their behavior, but it does show empathy. Empathy is about understanding and sharing the feelings of others. And in this context, it means showing the student that their emotions are valid. This acknowledgement can sometimes take the wind out of their sails and make them more open to a calm conversation. When people feel heard and understood, the emotional intensity often decreases. They no longer feel the need to shout to make their point. By recognizing their feelings, you validate their experience, which can be a big step toward resolving the conflict. Validating their emotions doesn't mean agreeing with their perspective, but it shows that you respect their right to feel the way they do. That's all what this is about. For instance, if a student is upset about a perceived unfairness, acknowledging their emotion opens the door for a more productive discussion about their concerns. You might say, for example, "I understand that you feel the situation is unfair. Let's talk about it." When students feel heard and understood, they are more likely to engage in a constructive dialogue rather than continuing to escalate their behavior. For example, if a student yells because they feel an assignment is too difficult, acknowledging their frustration can lead to a conversation about how to approach the task more effectively. You could say, for example, "I can see that this assignment is frustrating you. Let's see how we can work through it together." This approach transforms a potentially confrontational situation into a collaborative problem-solving session. Furthermore, acknowledging a student's feelings can build trust and rapport. It shows that you care about them as individuals and not just as students. This can strengthen the teacher-student relationship, making future interactions more positive. When students know that their emotions are taken seriously, they are more likely to communicate openly and honestly. This openness can lead to a more supportive and understanding classroom environment, where students feel safe to express their concerns and seek help when needed. In conclusion, acknowledging a student's feelings, even when they are yelling, is a very powerful way to diffuse the situation and promote constructive dialogue. It shows empathy and it validates their experience, and it can lead to a more productive and respectful conversation. By demonstrating that you care about their emotions, you can build trust and you can create a positive classroom atmosphere overall. All right, now let's explore setting boundaries as a third solution. While it is important to be empathetic, it's equally important to set clear boundaries regarding acceptable behavior. After acknowledging the student's feelings, it is essential to communicate that yelling is not an appropriate way to express those strong feelings. You can say, I understand that you're upset, but yelling is not the way we handle things in this classroom. Let's talk about this calmly. Setting boundaries helps to maintain order in the classroom and teaches students about respectful communication. It's about striking a balance between empathy and discipline. Clear boundaries and expectations help students understand their limits of acceptable behavior and the importance of expressing their emotions in a respectful manner. When a student yells at a teacher, they need to understand that their emotions are valid, but their method of expressing them needs to be respectful. For example, you might implement a classroom rule that encourages students to raise their hand and wait to be called on if they have something urgent to say. This reinforces the idea that while their voice is important, there are appropriate ways to use it. Additionally, consider holding a class discussion about emotional regulation and coping strategies. Teaching techniques such as taking deep breaths, counting to 10, or using I feel statements can empower students to express their feelings constructively. These skills not only help in the classroom, but also provide students with valuable tools for managing their emotions in other areas of their lives. In conclusion, handling a situation where a student yells at you requires a balanced approach of calmness, of empathy, and clear boundaries. By staying composed, by acknowledging the student's feelings, and by setting clear expectations for behavior, you can effectively manage such challenging moments. This approach not only helps to resolve the immediate conflict, but also contributes to a positive and respectful classroom environment where all students feel heard and supported. All right, I hope you liked this video and more importantly, found it helpful. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any of my future new videos. Also, if you subscribe, it really helps my channel grow and it helps me make more useful and helpful content for you. Thank you so much for watching and I will catch you all in my next video.